Applying the PRISMA flow diagram is not your literature review. It is only the system for reporting how you identified the reviewed articles in your search and selection process. And once you understand that, you'll immediately see what is still missing from your literature review to convince your supervisor or even get it published. Because here is the problem. Many students think that once they have applied the PRISMA flow diagram, they also have a strong literature review. But they don't. They have documented how they found their papers, but they have not yet explained what those papers mean, which is the core purpose of any literature review. And that is the one thing most students misunderstand about PRISMA. But there is a simple way to fix this. To actually master PRISMA, you need 3 things, and I'll teach them to you step by step in this video. If you understand these 3 things, PRISMA stops being this nice-looking flowchart you copy from another paper and becomes a tool you can actually use in your own thesis, dissertation, or research paper. So let's start with the first step. Step 1. Use PRISMA for the right job. PRISMA is not there to analyze your literature. PRISMA is there to make your search and selection process transparent. That means PRISMA helps you show how you moved from hundreds or even thousands of search results to your final set of included studies. Imagine you are writing a literature review. You search databases. You find 427 records. You remove duplicates. You screen titles and abstracts. You exclude papers that do not fit. You read full texts. You exclude more papers for specific reasons. And in the end, maybe 28 studies make it into your final review. PRISMA helps you report that journey transparently. It helps you show how many records you found, how many you removed, how many you screened, how many you excluded, and how many studies were finally included. I show you how to do that in my full PRISMA literature review tutorial. That is extremely useful because without this, your reader has no idea where your final studies came from. Did you search properly? Did you only choose papers that supported your opinion? Did you ignore half of the literature? Did you randomly pick whatever appeared first on Google Scholar? PRISMA helps you avoid that problem. It forces you to become transparent about the path from search results to final included studies. That is why the PRISMA flow diagram is so helpful. It makes the search and screening process visible. But here is the thing. After PRISMA, you only know which studies are included. You still do not know what to do with them. And that is where many students and aspiring researchers get stuck. They create the flow diagram. They list the included papers. Maybe they make a table with author, year, sample, method, and findings. And then they think, okay, now my literature review is done. But no, that is only the beginning, because a literature review is not just a collection of papers. A literature review needs analysis. It needs synthesis and interpretation. It needs a structure that helps the reader understand the field better than before. So how can we do this? Step 2. Choose your review type. Students often say, I'm doing a PRISMA literature review. But technically, that is not precise. You are not doing PRISMA as your review type. You are doing a systematic literature review, a scoping review, a theoretical review, a meta-analysis, or another type of evidence synthesis. And then you may use PRISMA to report parts of that process. That is a big difference. PRISMA is not the house itself. PRISMA is more like the transparent window that lets other people see how you build part of the house. But you still need to decide what kind of house you are building. So before you start drawing your PRISMA flow diagram, ask yourself, what kind of review am I actually writing? Am I writing a systematic literature review? Then I probably need a focused research question, clear inclusion and exclusion criteria, a structured database search, systematic screening, and a clear synthesis of the included studies, which should be primarily quantitative with clear empirical results. Am I writing a scoping review? Then I might not be asking whether something works. I might be asking what kind of research exists on a topic. In that case, I want to map the field. I want to see what concepts appear, what populations are studied, what methods are used, where the gaps are, and how the literature is distributed. Or am I writing a theoretical review? Then my goal might not be to collect empirical studies in the same way. My goal might be to compare theories and how they have been used to study a particular phenomenon, clarify concepts, develop a framework, or show how different streams of thought relate to each other. The review type you choose changes everything. It changes your research question, search strategy, inclusion criteria, and it changes what you need to do after the search is finished. 2 reviews on the same topic can both use PRISMA and still be completely different. One review might use PRISMA for a systematic literature review of intervention studies. Another might use the PRISMA SCR extension for a scoping review that maps a broad research field. Another might use PRISMA-inspired logic to make a theoretical review more transparent. Same reporting logic, different review type, goal, and analysis. So do not start by saying, I'm using PRISMA. Start by saying, I am conducting this type of review for this purpose, and PRISMA helps me report the search and selection process transparently. That one sentence already makes your methodology much stronger. What is also super important is choose your review type first, because PRISMA only makes sense when you know what kind of review you are actually conducting. And now we come to the third part of the video, and this is the one most students miss. Step 3, add your analysis method. This is the missing piece after PRISMA. PRISMA does not tell you how to compare the studies, how to identify themes, or build categories. PRISMA does not tell you how to map a research field or how to evaluate theories. PRISMA does not tell you how to develop an argument. That is not its job. Your analysis method is a separate decision, and this decision depends on your review type. For a systematic literature review, you might use narrative synthesis. That means you compare the included studies in a structured way and explain patterns, differences, contradictions, and gaps. Or you might use thematic analysis. That means you identify recurring themes across studies and build a higher level interpretation. Or you might include quality appraisal. That means you assess how strong or weak the included studies are instead of treating every paper as equally reliable. For a scoping review, your analysis might look different. You might chart the literature, you might map concepts, you might group studies by population, method, country, theory, field, or research focus. You might show which areas are overstudied and which areas are missing. For scoping reviews, the goal is not always to judge what the empirical data says about a given topic. The goal is to map what is out there. For a theoretical review, your analysis is different again. You might show how different theoretical traditions explain the same phenomenon. You might develop a conceptual framework through the lens of a theory that has not been applied to the topic you study. You might build an argument for why one theory is useful, limited, outdated, or worth combining with another. And none of that comes from the PRISMA flowchart. The flowchart only tells us which sources made it into the review. It does not tell us what intellectual work you performed with those sources. Let me give you a simple metaphor. PRISMA is like airport security. It tells us who got through the gate. These papers were checked. These papers were excluded. These papers made it onto the plane. But PRISMA does not tell us where the plane is going. That is your analysis method. And without that destination, your review is just a list of passengers. This is why your supervisor may not be impressed by a beautiful PRISMA diagram alone. The diagram says, here is how I selected my studies. But your supervisor still wants to know, what did you do with them? And that is the question your methodology section must also answer. So here is the practical formula. Do not only write, we followed PRISMA. That is too vague. Instead, write the full chain. First, name the review type and include the appropriate citation that offers accepted guidance for this review type in your field. Second, explain the search and screening process. Third, use PRISMA to report that process and appropriately cite it. Fourth, name the analysis method. For example, this study conducted a systematic literature review, vom Brocke et al. 2015. The search and screening process was reported using PRISMA. The included studies were then analyzed using reflexive thematic synthesis, Braun and Clark, 2006. Or, this study conducted a scoping review, Arksey and O'Malley, 2005. The reporting followed PRISMA SCR. The included literature was charted and mapped according to key concepts, populations, methods, and research gaps. Or, this study conducted a theoretical review, Leitner, 2018. The literature search followed a structured process and was documented transparently, while the included texts were analyzed through grounded theory techniques, Wolfswinkel et al., 2013. Notice what happens here. PRISMA is no longer pretending to do everything. It has a clear role. It reports the search and selection process. Then the analysis method does the actual intellectual work. That is the clean methodological distinction most students and aspiring researchers miss. And once you understand it, your literature review immediately becomes stronger. Because now you are not just showing that you found papers, you are showing that you know how to turn papers into knowledge through synthesis or theorizing. And that is the point of a literature review. You want to help your reader understand the current state of knowledge in a clearer, deeper, more structured way, or even move it forward yourself.